video. I thought I'll take you through some of the steps that I go through when I bench. So as you'll notice here, I've got some bands on the bench. So this is going to help me from slipping on the bench. So basically you just grab some resistance bands, wrap it around as I have here. Any resistance band, put it there, all the way down to the end. I like to use two. If you only got one, just put it straight down the middle. That's my first tip. As we go along with the bench, I'll share some other tips and hopefully they help you with your own benching sessions. So other than that, let's get started and we'll start with the warm-up. So let's do this. So I've started off with bench. The weight I'm going to be using is going to be low to start out with. And I'm going to be doing lower reps to conserve my energy to when I get to the heavier weights. And then I can kind of pump the reps out when I get to a weight that I want to challenge myself with.
My reputation, amazing how these people...
So we're going up in 5 kilo increments at the moment, just to see what's comfortable for my shoulder. I really love lifting in trackies today. I don't know why I don't do this more often. I feel like I'm at home.
Just a little clueless. But baby, right now
Don't let your nails grow out if you're a female when you bench. See how far mine are out? You get them. Can you see that? That's me digging into myself. When it comes to the setup, what I'm looking to do is to protect my shoulders because out of this movement I want to push as much weight as possible. It's not so much about growing big pecs for me. This is a performance exercise, so when I bench, when I jump on, what I do is to press my shoulders down and retract my scapula. It's going to protect my shoulders and it's going to help me utilize my lats and keep my rear delts on the bench, which is going to help push the weight. So I'm going to show you exactly what I do. So today I'm doing a wide grip. You can do a close grip and do the same thing, but yeah, today is a wide. So I get my positioning, and then once I'm there and I've got a good grip of the bar, what I like to do is I like to pinch my shoulders. Some people might go in, out and do all this crazy stuff. Whatever is comfortable for you, you do, but the aim is to make sure you're retracting your scapula. So grab the position, make sure I'm nice and tight, bring my legs right back, and then unwrap. So a question that I get asked all the time is, why do I arch my back? And some people even ask me, how do I get the arch in my back? It's not even about the arch at all. It's the positioning of the actual lift itself. So for me, when I'm retracting my scapula and I'm bringing my legs back so I have leverage, keeping everything tight, it creates a natural arch within the back. This isn't detrimental to your back if done correctly. So make sure that you're not just arching your back for the sake of arching it, but you're just doing all the correct movements for the actual lift itself, and that will naturally occur. So in regards to your feet, the reason that I have them tight and back is if I was just sitting down here and went to go bench, and I was just sitting here and I had them wherever, there's no stability there. Someone could push me off the bench if they wanted to. That was a very dramatic. So by having my feet right back and squeezing my glutes and everything tight, if someone was to push me, I wouldn't move. So yeah, it's a stability thing. So make sure everything's tight when you bench. He wasn't able to push me off just then. My quads were switched on, my glutes were switched on, and my toes were like digging into the ground. Some people have their foot flat, other people have their toes just planted. Whatever's best for you. No right or wrong, just as long as you're tight on the bench. So now that I've finished my bench work, I'm going to move on to some accessory work now. I always do this after my main lift to strengthen, the muscles I'm trying to work or that assist with the movement, and just for bodybuilding purposes, because I want to look a certain way as well. I don't want to just feel strong, I want to be strong. My motto in life. So all of this comes together, and I actually really enjoy the bodybuilding type style movements. There's just something about them. I just like the pump. So a common misconception when it comes to chest training with women especially, actually this is just from women, is that if they train chest, their boobs will shrink and they'll just gain muscle and it will look really like manly. And the thing is, the opposite actually happens when you train chest. So what happens is you build muscle. You don't lose your breast tissue. It will actually make this whole area fuller, and I could almost say larger. This is something that so many women have been scared about for so many years, but I'm here to tell you that it's completely opposite to what you think is going to happen. So I really encourage women to not shy away from training chest. It actually is going to help your overall physique as well as the size of your chest, if that's a concern for you. But yeah, it will not shrink what you already have. It will only make things more fuller and better.
I needed money, so I played drums. I made my home on a tour bus. Yeah, I was gone most months. They were pissed off.
This exercise here, I actually had a different attachment on. And as I did the movement, I couldn't actually engage my lats properly, so I just changed to this attachment, tried it again, and I could really engage. So I guess my tip, if you are training and you've got, say you're doing a program and you've got a movement in your program and you can't connect or use muscle-mind connection and really feel the muscle, modify it, you know, change it to something else, whether it's changing the attachment or, you know, where you're sitting or the movement pattern, so you can actually engage, because that's what the name of the game is when you train, is to really make sure that you are feeling the muscle and really stimulating and using it. I'm doing rear delt raise. This can be done in many different ways. You can go this way, you can go that way. I like to kind of change it up, so I'm using a bench today so I can keep my back nice and flat instead of retracting. This helps me just work on that lateral movement there, so hitting the rear delts. Because a lot of people use momentum and end up retracting their scapulars when they do a rear delt raise, which actually disengages the rear delt because it is such a small muscle. It is really hard to contract and work. So this, doing it on the bench here helps me find that connection, and I'm able to keep my back nice and flat because I'm on the bench, and then I can't really go beyond that unless I really come up. So yeah, it's a guide for me to help work the rear delt. Thanks so much for tuning into today's session. It was really exciting for me to get back and do some bench, and I hope that those tips today really helped you. If you like what you saw, please drop a comment. If there is anything, as always, that you haven't seen yet and you want to see, I always make sure I read your comments, so also drop that down in the link in the comments below. Other than that, I hope you've had a great week so far, and I'll catch you guys really soon on the next video.